I didn't have anything against breastfeeding. I just, I'd support my friends that were, but for me, it didn't appeal to me. I don't know, just didn't want to. Maybe because I didn't have anyone close to me saying, encouraging me. I don't know, maybe I just wrote it off a little bit too easily. So didn't even try. This time, whether, I don't know, I'm older, I'm not so self-conscious anymore. I didn't mind about feeding in public as such. It just felt different this time. Kind of when I was pregnant, I was saying things like, I'm going to try and breastfeed, but if it doesn't work, then I'm not going to put pressure on myself and I'm going to just swap to formula. So really, I was thinking, I'll give it a go. It probably won't work because I didn't think my milk came in with the other two girls. It must have done, but I don't think I really had the knowledge. So this time, I think I was a bit more laid back about it. I was like, I'm going to give it a go, but if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I'll switch to formula. And it did work. I'm trying to cut down, because when I go to work, she's obviously in nursery and she goes all day. But when I'm here with her, and she has it then, she just has it when she wants it, really. I think there's swings and roundabouts with it, because obviously doing formula, you have to sterilize, you have to prepare the bottles, be a bit more organized. But it was nice this time just to get the baby from a cot or basket next to me and just be able to put her straight on. That was nice. Although she was harder to get into a routine. Not that we're even in a great routine now, but the girls kind of went every 4 hours from little and then slept all the way through the night from like 12 weeks. Whereas this one's only just started sleeping through. But I've been more laid back with her as well. We've kind of been like, I'm not one for reading the books and saying, do this, do that. We just went with what she needed. I'd had postnatal depression after the two older girls, and I really wanted to make sure the bond was strong. And so I'd kind of read around breastfeeding and other stuff, like I learned baby massage and things like that. So I think that was very at the forefront of my mind, that I wanted to make sure I was doing all I could to make that attachment strong, not just for the baby, but for me as well, to make sure I was okay. And I think that really did help me, that, knowing in my head that's what I wanted to do and really persevering with that. I think that helps. I think if I would have had a rough time, but once she got the hang of it, once I got the hang of it, it was really nice. So I think in a way I was lucky that we were okay once we got going. Plus I probably would have given up earlier. I mean, I have been reading a lot about support for mums and things, and it's something that I feel really passionate about, not just for myself, but to support other mums. I do feel like postnatal depression or even prenatal depression, it's just not really talked about as much. And it's one area that I like to specialise in. I offer that support for counselling for mums as well. But I really believe that speaking to anybody about how you're feeling is going to help. Your partner or your family or your friends or health professionals. I know there's a fear of, if I speak out, is the baby going to be taken off me, or am I going to get judged? And it's hard to think logically when you're in that emotional place. But just speaking about how you're feeling, I know if I was having a bad day, I would text like my best friend and she'd be like, are you really okay? And I don't actually know, but I'm just having a bad day and I know I'm really tired and I'm a bit emotional, but I'm okay. It's nothing to worry about. She was keeping her eye on me. But yeah, speaking out or speaking to somebody like a counsellor or somebody that's, never going to judge you or will listen to completely what you've got to say, is key. And being kind to yourself, just, you know, eating the bar of chocolate or whatever you need to make yourself feel okay, you know. The person that was really the most helpful for me was the midwife, who I saw, I think, on day 2 or day 3 when I come out of hospital, and we had to go to the clinic. She couldn't do home visits still. And I said, oh, the baby's really fussy, I'm struggling to get her to latch on and stuff. And, you know, I was being quite delicate, you know, and just trying to get the baby to latch on. And she's quite old fashioned, but in a good way. She literally got the baby and she was like, you just need to be a bit more, you've got to put the baby
Push
in
him
position.
on.
Yeah. And I wasn't, you know, no one has ever told me that. I was kind of just like, come on, you know, just being really gentle and too gentle maybe. So she was brilliant, because my husband came with us to that appointment, and he saw then that, you know, we have to just literally get the boob, get the baby's head, and, you know, help her learn how to do it. She was amazing. Luckily, I've got a midwife friend as well who I was messaging, and she would have come here if I needed her to, even though we weren't meant to. But my sister, she breastfed both her boys and then was pregnant. So she's breastfeeding now as well. Even though she couldn't be here physically at the beginning because, well, she was living in London. But just having her on the phone or a text message in the middle of the night. I think in a way, although I'm moaning about the lockdowns, in a way it was a blessing, because I could just stay in my pajamas and not have to wear a bra. I could sit here and just, you know, get the boobs up and be topless, and it didn't matter when I was, you know, I didn't get stressed about trying to do it or how I looked, or if it was hanging out, because I was at home. So by the time I was allowed out, we'd kind of got the hang of it a little bit. There was one funny time, wasn't there, Caitlin? Come and tell Lisa that time in the cafe. We went to a coffee shop, and I was trying to breastfeed Betsy. It was just the 3 of us, and Kate, she started getting really naggy, and I was getting all like trying to unbutton and all stressed. And in the end, I just flopped it out, basically. Well, you said something about it, didn't you? I can't remember what you said. You're like, Mummy, I can't remember what you said. It was something about you've just flopped it out. And I was like, yeah, I know. But, you know, when I got to that stage where I was like, I just don't care. She needs feeding. And I wasn't very discreet about it, probably. I still don't think I've got it. Some mums, you know, I see them feeding and they just do it so discreetly, and it looks so nice. But I still get a bit like, a bit hot and bothered, and a bit trying to, you know. Oh, I'd say give it a go. I definitely think that too much pressure gets put on people, though. But I think the key is to keep an open mind with it, and to persevere, maybe, because it is hard at the beginning. And I think people need to be honest about that, because surely some people do find it nice and easy from day one. But I think it's good for people to know that it's not always easy at the beginning, but that's normal, and that it will get better. And ask for support if you need it, or just, you know, ask somebody for a chat or whatever you need to do.